Hi everyone, just putting together a quick video for week 4 so that you know what's going on for class. So week 4, 129, of course, it's lab time. I will not be there as discussed until further notice. I will email you out when I will be back to class. Just a couple of reminders. So when you go to your assessment assignments, at this point, this is our month together. You guys should know this by now. You have to do your attendance assignment on the actual day that it is due. A couple of you guys submitted last week after, like the 2 days after. That doesn't cut it. You were absent. It's either all in the same day for legal reasons or you missed it. All right, so you need to be aware of that. If you cannot log in on 129 to do your attendance assignment, bring your booty to class and do it there. Okay, so if you go to your assessments assignments area, this was already discussed last class, but needs to be discussed again for some reason. If you can't see all of this, on your bottom right hand corner you might have 10 per page or something selected. So that would mean that you can't see everything and then you would have to go to multiple pages. So don't think that something is missing from my end, it's your end. You have to actually change your view settings on it. Okay, so if you scroll down, I put the polygonal, I've already graded the pen tool exercises, which you guys have already seen. So for those of you that submitted them on time or correctly, most of you guys did, that you guys already have your grades done for that. For those of you that didn't submit them in the correct place, you have a 0, so be sure to fix that if you want to grade. Underneath that, you can see where we've been working the Project 1 polygonal project. There's 3 dates there. So for those of you that checked in with me last week, the 7 of you, you'll be getting your full points for the final project when we turn that in. For the rest of you guys, I'll be taking at least 5 points off your grade for not following directions. So for this week, the 29th, we're doing the same thing. You'll click on the Dropbox, you'll upload your Illustrator file, and I'll be able to see your progress on your work. We're working on this all the way up until the 12th of February. So that means you have lab time for it this week and next week, and then it would be due the next class. So a good place to be on the 29th would be at least to have a third of it started. I mean, depending on the complexity. I had a couple of you guys email me over the weekend because you didn't have your files set up on time. So remember, the class is on a Wednesday evening, so you should be showing me your work on a Wednesday evening. I don't necessarily need to log into the class every day to make sure that you guys are submitting your stuff. So you need to be timely if you want to do well in this situation until I return. So on the 29th, I'll have you guys submit your progress, and then on the 5th, which will be week 5, you guys will submit your project. And of course, weekly, since I've been out, I will be sending you a video just like this so that you know exactly what to do. They will be inducing me Friday morning to have the baby if she hasn't shown up yet. So you might not hear from me for a couple of days. Again, I shouldn't have to work weekends. So don't email me on Saturday and Sunday because you finally had time to do your stuff. Because you definitely won't hear from me this weekend. Let's see. All the lecture materials are there, so this shouldn't be an issue. This class runs 100% online and extremely effectively for 2 other universities. So let's go ahead and talk about why I might be ignoring your emails. Okay, so if you go to, you guys won't be able to check this, but from my end, I can check your progress for lectures. I've been a little bit lax with it this semester simply just because I don't have time, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. I'm going to click on the student and view. I've been picking on Mayara because she does her work, which is a good thing. So from my perspective of professor mode, anything that I have online, I can see whether you, the student, has viewed it or not. So under content and progress for me, in week 3, I think it's week 3. Was it week 3? It's slow this morning. Let me expand it differently. Okay, here we go. So I could check any of the content that I've uploaded as far as lectures and see how long you viewed them or if you have viewed them. So she's doing her stuff, which is why she's not emailing me and why she's not doing her projects incorrectly. As you can see, she's watched the lecture for 10 minutes. She's watched the second part for 20 minutes. So if you're not viewing lectures, this might be why you're not getting a response from me, because the first thing I do when you email me is go back and see if you actually watched the course content. If you did not, I don't usually answer. You need to be responsible enough to watch the lectures, because that's part of a blended class. Alright, you guys got to get that together on that point, because I'm noticing that this class is not doing it, and after the Polygon project we change it up and it's going to get a little bit more difficult. Alright, so make sure you're watching your stuff. You have to meet me halfway here, or you're not going to succeed in the class. Alright, feel free to email me, but again, you shouldn't need to, because everything that you need to do to communicate with me is going to be under your assessments assignments area where your Dropbox is. And when you drop me a file, I'll be able to see your work and any notes or questions that you have there. Alright, have a good week, guys.